the moment I realized I needed financial breathing room was when I was still in the classroom, still working full-time hours there. And, between my husband and I still, with, trying to support our two young children, that was, you know, that was pretty clear that, I needed to supplement the income then. And then, we had, like our cat was in the vet, those things happen. And the reality is a lot of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck and, less than a couple of paychecks away to being in a pretty sticky situation financially. So, yeah, so that was one of the times that kind of started turning those wheels in my mind of, we need to do something about this. So, I want you to think about why teachers might struggle with consistency online with their online businesses. And it is not laziness. If you have ever been burned out, whether you have, let's say you have like a chronic health condition, or you are just, feeling pretty beaten down for whatever reason, that heavy feeling of burnout is definitely different than laziness. And I actually really don't like the word laziness. I think it's very judgy. And I really have never met that many lazy people. I've met people who have a lot on their plate and not a lot of energy or time to spare on the side. Similarly, nervous system overload can be an issue, especially if you happen to be neurodivergent. But also you could be experiencing perimenopause or menopause, or, caring for an elderly parent or family member, and your nervous system is just like on high, like going 100 miles an hour, it seems like, all the time, right? So when people, well-intentioned people will say, oh, you just need to be consistent, you just need to, like, pull up your socks and basically try harder, that doesn't work when somebody's burned out. And so if that applies to you and you are also in the position that you need to supplement your income, I want you to just have, a lot of grace for yourself, and just understand that, yes, we do have to find ways to be consistent in business. And it's also okay to think creatively about what that might look like for you personally. So if you are somebody who struggles to kind of activate and initiate whatever task it is that you're working on, like let's say you want to start a new side hustle and you just can't really figure out where to start, for example, that, I do have a freebie I'm going to link to that will help you with that. But it is okay if you feel like that. And realistically, consistency, might look a little different for you than it might look for somebody else. But, we do want to find those ways to do whatever it is that we are wanting to do, every week, or however often you commit to. If you feel like you can drive for a delivery service once a week, or once every other week, or once every 3 weeks, or once every month, just finding that rhythm that works for you, and then as much as possible sticking to that. That's an example of, how to start building up some consistency. And if you want to bounce ideas around with other people who are also, starting their side hustles and wanting to meet other people for support. I'll also link to a free community I have for that. So, yeah, I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.